Hello, and thank you for joining me. I'm Kimberly Davis. A private Facebook group is supporting Black fathers.
It is thought that we are not in our children's lives.
When I go out with my kids, it's like people are standing in amazement like I'm some kind of unicorn.
It's important that we work to shape people's perceptions because the perceptions shape their realities.
Plus, President Trump's lawyers are warning him against doing an interview with Robert Mueller. And the CEO of PepsiCo is coming under fire for saying the company is considering launching chips with reduced crunch for women. Those trending headlines, celebrity birthdays, and I'll tell you what happened on this day in history. That's all coming up next, today, Tuesday, February 6th. President Trump's lawyers reportedly want him to refuse an interview request from Robert Mueller's team. Trump's attorneys argue Mueller's team has not met the, quote, threshold for a face-to-face interview. CNN's Abby Phillip reports.
Lawyers for President Trump are urging him not to agree to an interview with special counsel Robert Mueller, partially out of concern that the president, who has a history of making false statements and contradicting himself, may incriminate himself with investigators, according to the New York Times. But Mr. Trump has insisted that he's eager to speak with Mueller.
There's been no collusion whatsoever. There's no obstruction whatsoever. And I'm looking forward to it. I have to say, subject to my lawyers and all of that, but I would love to do it.
CNN reported last week that Mr. Trump's attorneys are arguing that Mueller's team has not met the high threshold they believe is necessary to interview a president in person. The Russia probe hanging over the administration as the president decides whether or not to publicly release the Democratic memo unanimously approved by the House Intelligence Committee last night.
Do you support the release of the Democratic memo, President Trump?
The Democratic rebuttal challenges the accuracy of the declassified GOP memo crafted by committee chairman Devin Nunes that accuses the FBI of surveillance abuses.
We want to make sure that the White House does not redact our memo for political purposes, and obviously that's a deep concern.
The president attacking ranking member Democrat Adam Schiff ahead of Monday's vote, calling him one of the biggest liars and leakers in Washington, but praising Nunes as a great American hero. And during a speech in Ohio, Mr. Trump gloating about Nunes' memo, which he falsely claims vindicates him in the Russia investigation.
Oh, did we catch them in the act? They are very embarrassed. They never thought they were going to get caught. We caught them. They're like the great sleuth.
Democrat Mike Quigley continuing to press Nunes about whether his staff coordinated with the White House in drafting the GOP memo.
I was the only member he wouldn't answer questions for. So besides having my feelings hurt, he didn't answer the question.
Nunes refusing to answer questions from CNN.
Do you vote to release the Democratic memo? No, the rules. We don't talk about committee business.
Before again appearing on Fox News to tout his memo.
Political dirt was used by the FBI, and they knew it was political dirt, to open a counterintelligence investigation into the other campaign. That's what people, I just can't believe that people on the other side are not furious about this.
President Trump also raising eyebrows with this rebuke of Democrats for not applauding during his State of the Union speech.
They were like death and un-American. Un-American. Somebody said treasonous. I mean, yeah, I guess why not? You know, can we call that treason? Why not? I mean, they certainly didn't seem to love our country very much.
Turning now to our ABC's new series, taking you inside the secret groups on Facebook. More than 1 billion people use these groups every month, offering communities of support. This morning, we're taking a closer look at one for Black fathers. Paula Ferris is here with more.
I'm a Black father.
I am a Black father.
I am a Black father.
It's a community built of thousands of proud fathers.
I have 3 children.
I have 1 daughter.
Connecting through the experience of fatherhood and Facebook.
When I joined the group and got into the conversations, I found that I wasn't alone.
This private group is called Black Fathers, and it's bringing them together to share their unique journeys. But it's also a safe haven for a population of dads who feel they're battling negative perceptions of Black fathers.
There are so many things that are said societally about men
black men in particular are selfish or just immature, and I don't find that to be the case.
It is thought that we are not in our children's lives.
When I go out with my kids, it's like people are staring in amazement like I'm some kind of unicorn.
It's important that we work to shape people's perceptions because the perceptions shape their realities.
Matt Pressberry, a father of 4, started this group in 2009. Newly divorced and raising his sons as a single dad, he needed support and had no one to turn to.
I felt isolated as a father, but I really wanted to create something that was, as I like to say, the brotherhood of fatherhood.
9 years and 30,000 members later, Black Fathers has become an agent of change, offering workshops and providing legal advice for members pursuing custody or visitation rights in family court.
I'll never forget it. It was over almost 400 comments on the post. And it was the most support I ever received on Facebook.
Gary Scott reached out to the group after a bitter custody battle left him discouraged and broken.
I reached out to Black fathers and I told them that it wasn't a good day for me. And the level of support I got from those guys. I thank every one of you brothers. The friendships that I have developed, it's been a godsend.
And one of those friendships came from fellow member Angelo Sims, who reached out after reading his post.
He sent me his phone number. I gave him a call. Man, we talked for like an hour.
What we see in groups like Black Fathers is the truth of what Black fathers are, which is loving, caring fathers for their communities.
A lot of times it's said that we don't support each other as black men. But this is false.
For me, Black Fathers has been a friend.
Just seeing like other people's issues and that are similar to mine.
I love being a black father. I mean, it's the only kind of father I can be.
PepsiCo's idea to make a crunchless chip for women has not gone over so well. In a recent interview with Freakonomics Radio CEO Indra Noy, she said Frito-Lay is looking at ways to develop chips she called women-friendly that has a less audible crunch and doesn't leave residue on fingers. The response on social media was swift and critical, and now PepsiCo seems to be backtracking. The company tweeted, "We already have Doritos for women. They're called Doritos and they're loved by millions." And they retweeted a post by Ad Age saying, "Lady Doritos are not being developed. If you're confused, so are we." In 1993, Tennis Hall of Famer and human rights advocate Arthur Ashe died in New York at the age of 49. Happy birthday if you're celebrating today. You share the day with former NBC News anchorman Tom Brokaw. He's 78. Good Morning America co-host Amy Roebuck is 45, and actor-director Robert Townsend is 61. Well, that's our time for today. You've been watching What's Trending. Get more headlines on our ABC Columbia mobile app and at abccolumbia.com. I'm Kimberly Davis. Be kind to each other. I hope that you have a terrific Tuesday, and thanks for watching.
Maybe you could get up and make me breakfast.
No.
Since it's money that I make, check with me before you buy something. A kept woman isn't a good look on you.
Oh, God.
New Blackish tonight on ABC.